Sambuddhasa. Please make yourself comfortable. When I was told to lead this activity, I thought it's going to be with the kids and the parents. I mean, actual kids. They are your kid, I know, but not in my head. Not in my idea. Just kidding. So there was actually words the Buddha once said that there is nobody who never crossed path in the cycle of rebirth, meaning that wherever, whoever we are in this endless lifetime, endless journey of rebirth, everybody has crossed paths with each other more than once. So because of that, there are many actions that we may have engaged with each other with or without our intention that could be offensive or could be considered as transgression. So that's why it has always been in the traditions to ask for forgiveness to each other. Even actually the enlightened being, before they are about to end their life, when they know that this is the last day, they will approach the Buddha, or they will approach the other enlightened one and say that throughout my innumerable lifetime that we have been born, hereby asking for my forgiveness. So that has been something that we consider as a noble traditions among the enlightened being, including even before someone taking part to be a monk, they would also asking for forgiveness. And in the verse, we also talk about in this journey of innumerable lifetimes, whatever I have been, may have been engaged with, transgression or offensive, with or without my knowledge, I seek forgiveness. So that is why asking for forgiveness is something that we constantly do to whoever that we may have cross path with, or whenever we have the opportunity. Whenever we have any action or any karma, not only that we create the energy, the karmic energy, we also create the karmic relationship. And that's also create this cycle. So we want to have the positive karmic relationship and the negative one, and asking for forgiveness is also the way to do that. For the second part, which is about the parents, when I was actually joining the Peace of Revolution project, and I asked my teachers that what should be things that I should be teaching, he told me to prepare many stuff and tell him that, oh, this is what I have in mind. And then when actually one thing that he recommended me to do was talking about the values of the parents. At that time, honestly, I had no idea why he put it that way. Because for me, growing up in Thailand, the ideas of the parent is actually not so hard to talk about. But when I start to engage in more than the Western world, I realize it's actually more complicated because the way we are growing up are very different. In Thailand, we are based on this agricultural society. So in the old days, family is extended family, which means we're gonna have a chance to see different generations in the same roof, from great-grandparents all the way down. And in that way, the values, the heritage, the legacy, tips, advice that we have been passing down the way to show respect to elder was kind of there all the time. Until coming across to the modern era in Thailand, which is getting closer to be more westernized in the Western world. Everything become more nuclear family. So my youngster, if I have a kid, my kid will not know how I treat my parents. Meaning that when I get old, they don't know how to treat me because they don't have a chance. But when I was young, I would have a chance to see how my parents look after my grandparents and the great-grandparents before that. So I can see how the tradition is passing down, and this link is now being missing in the modern world. And that's why everything started to become more individual. When I was young, I was trained to bow to my parents every night before going to sleep. So I did that during my primary school age up until secondary school. And after secondary school, I stopped doing so. And that's actually when the time I started to become more rebellious. And my life has turned into a much unpleasant path. Because at that time, I also realized that I become more rebellious, I become more disobedient, I have become more on stubborn path. And all that, like if my parents tell me to go left, I would go right. Even if I know that would be jumping off the cliff, I do it anyway, just to show that I can. That's what we do. And that is why asking for forgiveness to the parents is actually quite a big deal for me. It's easy in our life, especially living together in a family, to see negative things of each other. My master once said that we only see negative things of people. Actually, we see it more with people that we are close with. It's so strange that, I used to work in a hotel and airline. It's very easy for me to be polite to people that I have no clue who they are. And I can be so spiteful towards people that I love and care about. And that's because the scar of looking at the negative things in their lives kind of mark so deeply in my mind. So asking for forgiveness is actually a chance to open it up and look past it. Buddha even said that parents are like enlightened being, or even the Buddha in our home. When we are born, without parents, it's impossible for us to survive. Human is the only animal that need to develop after being born. If you notice every animal after they are born, they can basically survive in a matter of hours. Humans take years to be pampered, to be fed. Every single opportunity, every fun, every pleasure that we have comes from that opportunity also called life. So that is why Buddha would say that the values that come from the parent is immense. And just to repay that, it will spend a lifetime to do so. For many of you who can relate it to me, because I think now that I'm a monk, and people ask me, what do I miss the most about being a monk? The only thing that I always talk about it would be, I missed the chance to have dinner with my mom. She's still alive, but because one, as a monk, I don't eat dinner. So I didn't get to do it. And two is also because, the physical contact with the female, that does not allow me to do so. And I missed that because I thought to myself that when I had the chance, I didn't do it much enough. So for everybody right here, I know there will be a day that you would think, I wish I didn't roll my eyes that many times. I wish I spent more time just listening to they are talking about the same repetitive story that was extremely boring. But there'll be a day that I will miss that. So asking for forgiveness will be the opportunity for us to open up, expressing our love and gratitude. And to end this, Buddha said there are two rarest persons in this world. Number one, a person who do favor to the other first, called Pupakari. And the second type is the one who acknowledged the favor has been given to them and reciprocate. And that's called Katanyo Kataweti. So all of you are here together, having a chance to be both kind of rarest persons. So let's take this opportunity to show respect, to receive the blessing, and asking forgiveness to the elders.